Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. Apologies for the half an hour setback. Had a situation at work already, but nothing that can't never handle anyway. Serious, what's going on, baby? Appreciate you for dropping all those links. Appreciate everybody that tuned in earlier this afternoon for the conversation. Definitely was a good one. Missed it, catch the replay. And again, definitely appreciate those who tuned in for the conversation last night. Hopefully everybody got through their manic Monday. Hopefully everybody was able to get through it smoothly. Hopefully the kids was able to get through another smooth day. Title clear as day though. A lot of outrageousness going on in society. I was speaking about some of it earlier. Price gouging. There are some people who they are literally going through the ringer right now since things took a turn for the worse, in my opinion. But this is for fair use. This is my view and observation and also opinion. Um, there are some people who are starting to go to the necessary things as far as stealing that. Things they probably would have never did, they starting to do it now because again we have price inflation out the yin yang. Everything from simple food items even down to gas, which is essentially sad because again, you shouldn't be paying almost the same amount for a carton of eggs that you would be paying for a tank of gas. I think that's highway robbery, period. A lot of these stores, a lot of these establishments, some of them are raising the prices and not giving fair warning to the price hikes, which is unfair because again, if somebody is reliant on getting certain things, basically essentially going up a few extra dollars that these people probably might not have. Again, going through a little bit of inflation, get a little bit. We suffering the high inflation right now. Let's keep that real. Even down to the middle class. You know, even down to the middle class is not it's not all fair. It's not all bread and gravy like it used to be. Even they are starting to struggle right now to keep things afloat. But for the ones who are actually good as far as the financials is concerned, they ain't gonna really bat eye at it. It's just another day. James Money, what's going on? James number 8, what's going on? See y'all there. I know in certain states like California, New York, I would say almost every state the gas done went up more than $3. P Moses, what's going on, my guy? Now, that's a sad thing to think about. I gotta I gotta put more than a certain amount in my car. If I got a SUV or anything along those lines, I gotta put more in my car than I would normally put in my car. Something that should be overlooked. Nah, it shouldn't be overlooked. A lot of people really need to start voicing their opinion again. I'd have been right there at the Senate hall meetings, everything, trying to, we got to get this down. Because how do you feel this is the price that we should have to pay for the simplest things like gas? Gotta think about it. If these people are living in areas where they paying for electricity, gas, and everything else, okay, that's already money coming out their pocket. Now there's more money coming out their pocket because the simple items that was cheap yesterday now is expensive as hell today. Tanya, what's going on, baby? No, that's a real sad thing right now. I'm sorry, it is. It's sad because again now you got people who gotta scrap up extra or try to do extra just to live. That's crazy. Liz, what's going on, baby? That should be an outrage to a lot of people, and to some, like I said, it's a small outrage. Nah, you want to tell me the price of toilet tissue going up, price of eggs going up, price of milk? We having shortages to a degree on certain things. Nobody trying to say, nah, we got to figure out what the hell really going on. A dozen of eggs or even the jumbo eggs should not be almost the same price as gasoline. I'm sorry, that is crazy, man. Exactly, Tanya. Everything is going up, and that's the sad part about it. Even down to your simplest foods, that is getting crazy. Definitely appreciate you for dropping those links earlier, series baby. It's a lot of outrage going on right now. It's a lot of outrageous things going on, and we constantly being subjected to it. What you just said, James, that's crazy. You know, there's a lot of outrageous acts going on, and man, listen, we got to get on point for the greater good. We're gonna have to do something. A lot of these establishments again should not be entitled, in my opinion, again to raise hikes on things that we know we need. Well, what's going on, baby? I was telling somebody the other day. I said, yeah, they was asking about what's going on. Like, I know certain things went up in the city. Yeah, it did. Prime example: you smoke cigarettes, cigarettes went up, and it's crazy because it's mostly New York that the cigarettes went up. You go outside of New York City, it, yeah, the cigarettes did go up a couple dollars, but it's still less than shoot. A prices is what our prices used to be. Six fifty for a pack. Yeah, we wish we had that. It's been a minute since that even happened. Black and Miles went up. I know a lot of y'all like to smoke them wood tip Black and Miles and stuff. That sucker went up a pack. I'm like, stuff that we know is cheap now is just getting, man, it's ridiculous. Who got time for it? Sonya, what's going on, baby? And it seems like there is no relief in sight, but I feel there is some relief coming at some point. Again, the people got to get together, start grooming the future generations to start getting in these fields again. Definitely needed. Like, come on now. Milk is what, $6.99 now? A gallon of milk probably like $6.99, $7. Come on now, think about it. You got kids, they eat cereal, or even if you got babies, you feed them formula and stuff. Like, come on, even the damn baby food, man. It's like you gotta be getting some sort of assistance for you to get some sort of a break. That's crazy. Cereal went up, and it's like, why is cereal going up? Why is cereal almost $10 a box? Like that's a question that a lot of people need to start asking. Like, why is everything going up so crazy like this? Like, that's not right. BMF, what's going on, my guy? See, don't get it twisted. Yeah, we know sometimes people spend big money, especially if they got a big family. They spend big money as far as groceries. We understand that. But see, by the time you done got to a certain amount as far as whatever you purchased supermarket wise, when you looked at the damn receipt, half of the stuff was cheap as hell. It's the other stuff that you know was going to be expensive. Like, come on now. 16 hours about to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like simple things like that that we know we eat or we used to eat on a daily. Even the no frills stuff is starting to go up. I laughed the other day. I was in the supermarket and said, "Nah, this like this ain't it." Like that should be a outrage in itself. Like, what are y'all doing on that? Yeah, that's an outrage too, in my opinion too. But I ain't gonna hold you. Fuck that. That's everybody's opinion right now. That's an outrage and a half. I ain't even hear about that. I heard about something else recently. That's why I'm like, man, it's too much going on, and people are just not even caring no more. They ain't just accept it. There's a lot of things that should never be accepted again. Highway robbery on prices. Come on now. You want to tell me everything, even down to the food? Come on now. Crazy. You got to really go where some people would only have to go in one spot. Now it's like, and it's truth, Liz. You got to go in more than three different spots. All right, I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree and grab this. I'm gonna go and either I don't know what chain market y'all got, wherever you at. I gotta go in this market and grab this. Then I gotta go here and grab this. Like, that's crazy. A lot of the household items going up for no reason, and whatever it is still kind of cheap. It's like yeah, because that's always gonna be cheap. Because yeah, now you pushing the limits. We getting stories like what James just said. Like man, listen, society's sick right now. So a lot of different things that is really outrageous, and it really is time for a change for real. It's time to stop always recording somebody possibly losing their life, or you recording somebody's mishaps and downfalls, no matter what it is. You know, it's crazy, man. And honestly, people like that shouldn't even get took into the law. In my opinion, I'm sorry. They need to go. Again, there should be no harm against the children, the babies, none of that. The teens, none of that. There's too much sickness going on in this world, and we really need to start being more observant of what's really going on. Certain things still happening, like people kidnapping babies and taking them as their own. It's a lot of crazy shit going on. I'm sorry, y'all, and it makes me even more upset again because why are we not trying to see that golden lining? Oh no, that's crazy, Liz. I think I meant yeah. I gotta replay your premiere because you was doing your premiere while I was live. I ain't even know that, sis. But nah, that's crazy too. Look, nobody should have to pay that much just for the simplest things. Like your total tab should not be already 200 and some odd dollars, and you ain't even get the basics to what you really even utilize in the house. Gallon of milk should not be $9, almost $10. I'm sorry, like the simplest things we need again. So what? We get cold cuts. You mean to tell me we can't make sandwiches because we ain't got no bread? But then you know what? Some people ain't gonna complain because some people go by the old school method of doing things. Some people really be making their own bread at home. And honestly, it looked like it's not hard to do, but it looked like it's hard to do. It's too much required. That's why most people just rather go for certain things as far as the shortcut is concerned. But man, you got some who ain't going, kid. They really know how to make bread from home. Yeah, that went up. Shoot, some spots is like $3, $3.50. You got to get it 2 for $5 if you can, though, Liz. That's the crazy part. The bread, all of that. See, like me and Will, we know what the hell going on. We see this shit almost every day when we ain't. Like, nah, this ain't it. You know what? Let me think about that. I'll be back. I'm not paying more than what I should be paying, man. I'm grandfathered in. I ain't trying to hear that. I had to tell one or two spots like that. Like, I don't care what you thought I was. I'm not paying nothing more than what I've been paying. Especially, I've been coming in here since I was a kid. I'm grandfathered in. What's wrong with you? Like earlier, a boy told me the prime example. Most of y'all know them burgers that come in the wraps and the packs. Those suckers supposed to be like no more than $2.53. The dude said $5 for one of them big ass cheeseburgers. I said, nah, son, you can't be serious. They're like, what's wrong with y'all? And that's essentially like, again, why did you just go up an extra 250 on an item that's gonna be gone in less than probably 3 minutes once I get in the crib and heat it up? Like, come on now. Went up on everything, like shoot. Even down in your regular eats, you eating beef patties with cocoa bread, now that done went up. Your hero sandwiches or your sub sandwiches or whatever done went up. Like, come on now. Why am I paying almost $10 for a sandwich? And man, listen, there's sometimes some of them spots they don't even give you what. I better be paying for $10 worth of meat, cheese, and everything else. Forget the bread. What's wrong with y'all? Fucking crazy. It's highway robbery. And just like I was telling my boy earlier, when you stop spending with some of these people, then they gonna get upset. Nah, you can't get upset when you sitting over here, you robbing the people, you jerking the people. Some of y'all not even donating back to the cause anyway. You're not donating to the communities you done set up businesses in. I'm going off tonight on a few things. And that's crazy. Because you'll sit here and say this was $2 less than this last week. You come in this week, now you done went up $3. Like, what are you doing? And if some of y'all don't got no like classic meat markets, the mom and pop meat markets, or them supermarkets that really do everything as far, man, listen, it's crazy. Even the packs of meat went up. A family pack of pork chops or steaks or whatever you like to eat up in the crib, they don't went up. You almost paying what? Essentially what? $20 for a pack of meats, and then you probably still ain't getting but so much in there. Like, come on, highway robbery again. And yeah, again, this is for fair use because this is an educational purpose. This is just educating the people on what's been going on in society as we speak now, and why we seeing the outrages we seeing that. Don't make no sense. You gonna tell me now? Prime example. What if what if for those parents? What if they don't have kids that are able to get on the school bus? Now you gotta drive your kid to school. You gotta drive your kid to school. Now you gotta put extra gas in it. If you driving from school, then you gotta go to work. Come on. If you traveling between wherever, you might have to pay some tolls. That costs too. That comes up too. For some people, the tolls don't went up. Again, that's extra money you pulling out your pocket. For those who live in the city, I think the Metro cards went up again. That's what I'm saying. Like it's stuff like this that's becoming an outrage. Everything is getting jacked up for what? And you're not warning the people. You're not trying to educate the people. And then honestly, some of the people already was aware and they didn't jump on board. It's the crazy part about it all, man. I'm sorry. Like, man, listen. And that's crazy. Like, now, in prime example, some of y'all got if your kids don't got Metro cards or don't got whatever, now you got to make sure your kid get into school. Now you got to make sure they keep a Metro card on. Like, come on. That's money. That's crazy, man. Yeah, exactly, Tanya. They not. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you paying almost $17 for a family pack of some ham steaks or whatever, come on, son. Like, you're not getting enough out that. Even the pork chops, like I said, you probably get if the family pack is probably like 8 pieces in it. Now imagine you got more than 8 mouths to feed. Come on now. Now you got to essentially buy 2 packs of that. It's almost $30, $40 right there, just buying meats. It's crazy. See, the only thing that's always going to be cheaper than anything is the chicken, whether it's the quarters, the drums, or just the whole. If you get a family pack of those, because you know that is going to come with wings and everything else in it. You get the wings and the drumsticks, or you get the ones with the quarters and the legs. Man, listen. And then again, guess what? Sometimes you ain't gonna always want to just eat chicken. So I'm saying, like, the certain meats that went up. Come on now, y'all wilding for respect, man. Oxtails went up wild crazy. Like, come on now. It's outrageousness going on as far as that. You know, in certain spots, clothing them went up some. Like, simplest things. Like, why am I paying $20, $30 for a pair of basketball shorts that I know I could get in another store for at least $7 to $10? Like, make it make sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta keep sitting there spending, spending, spending just to get less and less and less. And again, a lot of times you just gotta get the right people in play. Been saying this for a minute. Start getting the right people groomed into these right positions, so we can see something better. So at least it won't be that impactful in the future. Again, nobody should have to be paying almost the same amount for gas that they would be paying for eggs right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like stuff like that. Like I said, I knew it was funny when my boys say, "Yo, you want to hear a funny joke?" and he ain't laughing. I knew it was. And then when I went in myself, I said, "Yo, how much for one of these burgers just frozen?" He said $5. I laughed at him and said, "Bro, this is $2.50, $3 at best. Like, we not gonna do that. You thought you had somebody fooled." And that's what a lot of people need to do. No doubt, BMF. Appreciate you, bro. Hopefully everything goes smooth with you at that appointment, man. Saya said, "I'm not getting rid of my car." You shouldn't have to. And essentially, that's what's going to happen. Like, watch, I'm gonna have to sell one of my vehicles just to keep gas money, and one of like, no, nobody should have to go through that. The gas prices need to go down. Food prices definitely need to go down, especially if some of these items you are jacking up. You ain't getting a whole bunch of what you're supposed to be getting. Anti, what's going on, baby? Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. Drop the link in a minute. But you know what I'm saying? We got to come to that conclusion again. Like, it's crazy. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that everybody supposed to just keep remaining calm about this. I gotta raise our voices to the higher power. Or I have to, because there's no way in the hell that these things should be happening. not to the good people who really work hard trying to do what's necessary. Yeah, Tanya, shoot, the store out here, those cheeseburgers and the wraps that's supposed to be like $2, $3. You try to charge my boy $5. I was crying. Even the frozen items though went up. I'm like, man, what are we doing here? Like, for real, what are we doing here? Why are we still going through the madness? Why are we not really outraging the way we supposed to be outraged? And you know what's messed up? Because essentially, it's going to lead to more robberies. See, some of y'all wonder why. See, I was kind of trying to be on y'all sides to a degree. Marlene, what's going on, baby? I was trying to be on y'all sides to a degree, but now I see why there are a lot of robberies going on in these high chain places now. I know why. Because you are literally price gouging to the core now. I'm sorry, since this pandemic started, and this is my view and opinion on it, they're wondering why they losing assets, they losing money. What about the people? You ain't thinking about the people at all. Come on now, you're not thinking about those who, all right, I gotta pay this, I gotta pay this. I might have to pay for my kids' tuitions if I got kids that's going to college. I gotta pay for this, I gotta do this, I gotta like you're not thinking about those people who really gotta break their neck, tooth and nail just to survive right now. I think that's unfair again. That's outrageousness to his core because come on now. It's bad enough again that Pampers always been expensive, right? But now it's even more expensive. Even the off-brand Pampers is more expensive. Like what's going on? No frill stuff should have never been as expensive as it is now. I'm like, what in the world? You paying what? What you paying like what now for a pack of Pampers now? Somebody help me out right now because I ain't really even looking at the price no more at Pampers. Last time I had to look at Pampers, my brother was born. That was it. Like I don't know, but I know it definitely went up. I know at one point it was like $8.99 for the smallest pack of Pampers. So I know damn well them big Pampers got to be like more than like $13, $15. I don't know, but you're not even looking at that. What about the people who got newborns, toddlers? Like, come on now. Why they got to pay out the yin yang for that stuff, man? That's crazy. Essentially, this is why everything is happening the way it's happening now. See, where some people are getting an outrage because it's happening, yeah, there's a reason why some of it is happening. And $26? Come on, son. That's what I'm saying. Never mind. Let me not say what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it today anyway. $26? That's an eighth in the roll up. What the hell? Like, come on. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way you going to tell me. No way. You going to tell me this is how much you got to pay for this. Now imagine again. Let's say you got twins, triplets. Let's say you, let's say you get crazy, and let's say you got octuplets or something like that. That's essentially you got to buy this much Pampers for these kids. That's going. Man, listen. That's a highway robbery right there. It is. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. Like that ain't sitting right with me. That everything that we known and we was accustomed to has just really risen up. Like prime example, I'm gonna say this, man. Like that's crazy. I ain't messing with you, Liz. Nah, it's the truth though. A lot of these smoke shops, man, you better get hit. Oh, but this is what I'm saying. Like it don't make no sense. It don't. Nobody should have to worry about paying that much for the simplest things, even Pampers. Sorry. It cost me this much to get some milk, man. Listen, I better find some Carnation milk. Matter of fact, I don't even want that. I better find, and a lot of y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Some of y'all gonna even have to go back to that no frills. You better get that dry powdered milk, do something with it. I'm telling you, that's gonna be your next option at some point because you gonna get mad with the prices. I got a feeling the milk and the eggs gonna go up even more. And if they quote unquote talking about another shutdown, guess what? Now you know everything gonna get price gouged again. Like that's crazy. You know, the necessity should never be that much. We already paying a necessity on things already. Trying to keep a roof over our head, trying to keep bills in order. Come on now. Taxing us wild crazy, whether we got dependents or not. Come on now. It's a little bit too much. This is why I say we really need to come together and focus on really taking down what we need to take down. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's gonna essentially end up going back to. Shoot. If I go to my grandmother's house right now, 9 out of 10, and I'm talking about the one that passed away. If I go to her house right now, I guarantee you, if I go in that cabinet, it's probably still like bags of that. Because that's what I'm saying. Yep. That's crazy. Gonna have to get back to those essentials. Oh, don't worry, because at some point, certain things they gonna change. Because the right people are gonna get sick and tired of the BS. They are. Now you know I always snipe one out. I got to get one out the month, but let them take this on the way out too. Simple as that. Now back to what I was saying. Hustle, what's going on, my guy? This is my problem again. Where the people should be outraged, especially on things like this, they not. But then they'll cry later. Oh, why we didn't start doing this? Why we didn't listen? Because you're too hard headed. Again, a lot of things we know we could bring back down to at least some sort of a norm. We're gonna really have to start going to these community meetings, these town hall meetings, everything, and really voice our opinions. And the numbers got to be bigger than what they are. It shouldn't just be a small group full of adults, elders, and kids. It should be everybody. Everybody should be hand in hand because again, even the simplest things is getting crazy. Another thing that's becoming an outrage I'm starting to see, especially what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing, again, just kids being harmed and hurt for no reason at all. And that's becoming a pain in the neck now. Sad when you got grown men and even grown women that are taking part of dealing with any type of harm, sexual attacks, or any type of whatever towards the kids. Phil, what's going on, my guy? Definitely appreciate you for dropping those links, baby. Again, no man or woman that's a part of these attacks should even seek. They shouldn't even fucking face justice. They should face the justice of the law of the land because again, what sick, twisted mind did you come from that you feel that was the best option to do anything? Harm a kid, sexually attacking the kid? Nah, that's not it. Abusing the kid as far as You beating on them. Look, I'm gonna say this again. Some of y'all women, be mindful of the men you put in your life, and vice versa. Some of you men, be mindful of these women, because don't think it always just happens with women. Nah, you got men that got evil, wicked ass stepmothers as well too, or evil mothers. Sorry. If you ain't bet out who you was laying down to have kids with, 9 out of 10, you gonna get son you don't want. That's my view and opinion on it for real. You have to be mindful again on who you betting up and who you having kids with, because that don't sit right. Again, no child should ever be attacked at all. No kid should ever be harmed. They shouldn't have to worry about that. They should be worried about just being a kid and growing up. And again, there's certain things that are happening. It's not so much as this, it's a distraction. No, this is something that needs to be discussed because it's happening regardless. Well, I'm saying, be aware of your neighbors, be aware of everybody. So I'm saying, like, if that's happening, come on now. That's another thing that's outrageous. Now, we see certain things like this happening, being recorded, being placed on the news, and again, nobody's really in an outrage. I'm sorry. A family would have had to go, because if your family was even aware of what the hell you was doing and how you was doing things, they are part of that crime too. They gotta go. It makes no sense. It has no merit of value to harm a kid. If anything, they are supposed to be the most protected out of everything. Forget just protecting ourselves. We supposed to protect these kids at all costs. So I'll be saying, like, this is becoming complete sheer madness, and we eventually have to stop that madness. Sorry, but no kid should have to worry about any type of sexual molestation or any of that. The minute we get wind on something like that, nah, that person got to go. Whether they on a damn registry or not. The minute you get something going on that shouldn't be going on, everybody should be at home. Now you got to go. Sorry, like it is outrage that again people are not trying to really get to bat at things that we need to get to bat at. There's so many different ways again to fight different injustices. Not everybody has to be on the same battlefield, but as long as you're on the battlefield and doing something, that should be more important than anything. I'm sorry, but it really strikes a nerve with me again. Because God forbid, I don't even care. Somebody would have to go if that was mine. They would have to go. They're not going to place any type of harm or traumatic stress on my kid and think I ain't trying to catch a body. Sorry. Me in particular, that's just how I move. Yeah, I stand on my everything, but if it's righteous enough, nah, you got to go, bro. 'Cause you know better. Sorry, but it's just, it's crazy, man. See, this is what I'm saying. Prime example, what James was just saying earlier about that pastor. That right there is sick in itself, because you got some people that you wouldn't think would do something like that, but then here it is, they doing shit like that. And then some of these people wonder why it's hard to trust anything, because look at what's going on right now. But then again, it's also hard to trust because when you got people that are not standing up, they not outraged about it, they don't care because it's not happening to their own family. What do we get? That's why I said the numbers got to be better. Anything that we trying to do, our numbers are always supposed to be looking great, regardless to what. Lately, it ain't been looking too great because again, we got too many distractions, and whatever ain't distractions, people just don't care. They will deflect that and go into something else. See, I'm coming in the chat right now. I don't care. They missed me all day yesterday, and they missed me this morning, so they could miss me today with the BS because I'm still bringing something. And at some point, that dumbass is going to be outraged about the shit going on his damn self. Rather they think they got it made or not. They don't. Ain't nobody got it made because if we did, half of the stuff in the world right now wouldn't be going on the way it's going on now. Everybody would have a piece of their own pie, and we wouldn't have the inflation the way we got it right now. That's my view and opinion on it. But that's also my observation on it. A lot of things you need to start being more outraged about. Crimes like that, I don't care if you're a male or a female, you deserve to be punished to the highest extent. Because again, like what is seeping in your mind when you're thinking to do the things that you do? Especially when you're doing that towards kids. As we speak right now, this could be a kid getting kidnapped, taken away from their home. If not by nurses or whatever, taking these babies out of these nurseries, these kids is being snatched off the streets. They getting snatched from these schools to a degree. This is things we need to be worried about again. We need to ban as much as we can for the better of them. Well, continue to watch Pornhub. Hopefully your TV don't explode in your face. Hopefully you don't get shards of glass all over you. Thank you for coming in here. But if you need help, try again. And the reason why I put that video up is because I feel that's exactly what needs to happen. So a lot of you men and women who are thinking on them lines of hurting any kids in any type of way, shape, or form. That's how I feel about it. So I'm saying it has no merit to anything that you would sit there and allow these kids to be harmed. Some of y'all are to a point where y'all allowing kids to fend for themselves, even against teens and adults. Again, where's the outrage? There are some people who are getting outraged, but again, the numbers don't show anything. Well, that's what I'm saying. When is enough enough? See, I bring these talks and topics because it's needed every damn day. We got too much outrageousness going on in these communities. Stuff we really need to get banded back on. Again, you want to make things safer. You want to make things greater. You want your communities to be greater. We have to figure out plans and courses of actions to make it happen. Commander, what's going on? Moo moo. We have to. Again, how many kids gotta go? And this the thing. Even down to a point where you're supposed to be involved with ACS workers and everything else along those barrels. Because again, For all you know, the family next door probably got a whole bunch of incest and molestation going on. And why would you sit there and allow that to continue to happen? And if you think that's what's going on, you need to investigate. I'm sorry. You'll try to say, oh, that's a nosy neighbor. No, that's a concerned neighbor. Because again, that neighbor probably got kids. If that kid is associating with their kids, that's not they damn that's their problem now. Because you don't know what could be going on and they could bring that into that household and disturb a balance. Didi, what's going on, baby? I'm sorry, but that's a no-no in my book. Anytime you got stuff like that happening, uh, you deserve the ultimate justice. You don't deserve to see the inside of a jail. Because guess what? Even when you get behind bars, once they know what your jacket is about, especially if it is harming kids, elderly, oh nah, son, you're gonna go anyway. You're gonna go through all sorts of hell. Why? Because again, you chose to do something that was not gonna be looked at the right way at all. Come on, it's time for that to stop, man. It's time to stop hearing stories of kids getting hurt. And I ain't talking about the kids that's out in the streets. I'm talking about the kids that are actually trying to be something in life. The kids who actually want to try to succeed in life. They ain't getting no opportunity when they being abused. Look how many people had potential to be something, and look what's going on now. Some of these people done went strung out. They done got so wrapped up, they done lost their mind in what's going on. If you got a family that don't care about you, you got a family that's full of nothing but druggies and junkies, what options are you giving them? Let's keep it a buck. There are some who are going to break the chains one way or another, and then you want to have those that can't break the chains because they already deep in the belly too. That's not fair. You're not giving them no option to grow. You're not giving them no option to try to be something that we need again in these future. Now I remember that, Phil. See, you lucky you even got that. Could have been worse with you, like I told you. So I'm saying there's some things that, regardless to what, look, you're just not going to be able to suffice, regardless to what. There's some things you're not going to be able to fight, and some things you will. Definitely appreciate you for dropping those links, Liz, baby. Definitely appreciate you too, Sirius, for dropping all those links earlier. Is it starting to rain? Hold on. Wait a minute. Up, it's starting to rain. Oh. Oh, let's see what's gonna happen. Maybe it might be a smoother night than I've thought about it. No, no. Remind me, Mark. Y'all know I'm at work. But I'm sorry. You don't know what could be going on in some of these households. Even if you think nothing don't look wrong, sometimes you really gotta observe what the hell going on. Again, those kids probably are associating with your kids. And the things they probably are seeing or mimicking, they could be doing it around yours. Nah, it ain't about that, Liz. It's just I wasn't expecting no rain at all. I'm like, wait, what? But it ain't nothing crazy. That's sad though. And then it could end up teaching your kids or end up bringing something around your kids that you know for a fact your kids was never taught around. Like it, goes deep. Again, not no man or woman should ever get away with doing any type of harm towards a kid. I don't care if they're a baby. I don't care if they teens, preteens. Nah, shouldn't happen. Again, look how many people that got screwed up in life. They done got confused in life. They don't know if they straight. They don't know if they on the other side. They don't even know what to do, where to turn to, who to talk to. Nobody's thinking about that though. At least I don't think nobody's thinking about that. Again, it's all about if it ain't happened to me and mine, so what? Shouldn't be that way. You know, and again, it's sad because you got to watch everything that's going on right now, and society is getting crazy again. You got to make sure you definitely on point with your kids, because even if you're allowing them to, explore and go out and do whatever, there's still a possibility they'll go through some BS as they out and about hanging with friends. I don't think no real parent want to hear anything about their kid being harmed or anything along those lines just because whatever. Nah, we got to start being more visual and more active on what the hell is going on. So the that you danger that you don't catch on to will lead to even bigger danger. Sorry, but it's not right, and I can stand on that one. I don't go for anything that got to deal with any type of harm towards a kid. I don't care who the hell you are. I'm not for that. If you think it's comfortable for kid to be abused, rather it's by their parents, step parents, family members, nah, that ain't it. Sorry, a lot of y'all have to pay attention to what's going on in your communities because look what we seen. Look again, like shouldn't go that way at all. Should. And again, it's a sad reality that we live in. To where again, the kids are the main targets of these quote unquote adult individuals who again got the minds of a child they damn self. And some of them they don't got the minds of no child. That's just what they planned on doing in the first place. What better way to cause a, cause an uproar? What better way to plague and poison the minds of these young ones than by arming them and subjecting them to things they shouldn't be subjected to? Damn shame, for real. It's a blatant shame. That's an abomination for that man upstairs too. Because you always supposed to protect these kids at all costs. I don't care. They gonna be the future. And again, some of them don't even realize their potentials or don't even realize what the rest of their life hold because they stuck in a traumatic phase. And if they don't have nobody they can really talk to, again, that's another lost soul and that's another lost person that could be on this battlefield with us. Gotta really like, my bad, y'all. 'Cause I'm about to go there again. Hate hearing stories like that too. No grown man nor no grown woman should ever take into any consideration on harming the kid. I don't care. If you feel that it is the way to go, you gotta go. That's just that simple in my book. People like you, I really wish they just come across and leave y'all somewhere and let it be justified that you're getting left it. need to be exiled. No traumatic event should ever go down. Not when it comes to them babies, man. I'm trying to hold back a tear too because again, it's stuff you don't want to hear. Kids being born or products of rape. Yeah, I'm not taking back that R word. I'm sorry. No, I told y'all when y'all try to put me with restrictions, you're gonna get constricted. And I mean that. But I'm sorry. No kid should have to be a product of that. No grown man should even think that way. I'm going off tonight because I need to go off. That's the most cowardice thing you could do as a man, period. Is allow any type of harm to come, especially if that's your own child. If it ain't your own child, it's still a crime. It's still wrong. You're messed up. Some of these damn things y'all got to start being more aware of. Not just your pastors. Anything that got to do with your children, make sure that the people that are working around your children ain't on that creep stuff. Sorry with that. I be wanting to really hurt somebody when you hear stories like that because you will really want. What the hell is wrong with you? And see, no, I'm not making no excuses because yeah, some of these people who are doing these crimes have been victims of crime. If not, they've witnessed a bunch of those crimes happening in their own household. And because nobody is really paying attention, nobody is really trying to be a concerned neighbor, this is what we get right up under our eyes. It's not fair. Not fair at all. Again, another kid might possibly be messed up in life because of the decisions of a quote unquote adult that knew better and didn't care. You get tired of hearing stories like that. That was just like the story with like, why is this even still going on in certain hospitals? You know, people in a vegetative state, and you got these quote unquote whatevers. I can't even call them necrophiliacs because they ain't messing with no dead corpse. But even still, you're taking advantage of somebody that's in a vegetative state. You that creepy and that damn hard up for something? People like you are another reason why it's getting crazy even to trust and care or leave people in care. I shouldn't have to worry about if I got a family member in a vegetative state. I'm hearing about they pregnant and had a baby. What you mean they had a baby if they in a damn vegetative state? How did that happen? Where the fuck is the staff at? You get what I'm saying, y'all? Like, come on. Got to start really paying attention everywhere to who's working where and who's doing what. Simplest things like that go up under your nose. How you want to tell me somebody's 8 months pregnant and they've been in the damn vegetative coma for longer than a year? Make it make sense. So that means you just hiring anybody. You figure as long as they pass a certain background, that's just supposed to be it. Nah, do a psych evaluation. Make sure that motherfucker ain't sick. Make sure that chick ain't sick. I'm telling you, same thing they try to label men doing. There's some women out there that do that same exact shit. I'm sorry, that got me in the outrage too. Heard about that? Said, how do we keep hearing stories like this? And where's the outrage in that? Like, come on, man. Where's the outrage in that? That person would have done lost their whole scalp piece. What you mean this person is pregnant? What you mean this person is having a baby when this person's been laid up in a state for this long? How does that happen? How did nobody even notice that? That's all I'm saying. And then we know certain things people like to try to sweep up under a rug. You can't do that when it comes to situations like that. I'm sorry. Because now you got to explain to a whole family how the hell this person got pregnant. And they shouldn't be keeping that type of mindset. If it don't hit close to home, then forget it. No, that could be anybody's family. You mean to tell me you got sickos working in these fucking establishments and they doing shit like that? I can imagine what some of them psych patients is going through that still are in these asylums that are still open. They probably ain't going through that same shit. They probably going through that same damn abuse and molestation. You never know what the hell could be going on. Word, what's going on, my guy? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But this is what I'm saying. That don't make sense at all. Again, how the hell do you tell me a person that's laid up in a coma, possibly could get the plug pulled on them at some point, ends up getting pregnant? Like, it's sad that you really got to go through these type of evaluations to see what's going on right now. I'm sorry, but these are the things that people should be outraged about. And I'm gonna keep bringing these topics that the people should be outraged about because we need to really start bringing back some sort of norm in society. That's not normal. To be having somebody laid up in the hospital to come to find out one of them orderlies or whatever then got that person pregnant. It ain't right that you got some of these people who are probably in these mental institutions. They are probably going through the same thing, being sexually attacked and everything else. Because you got a whole bunch of sick, horny individuals that feel that's the way you got to go about getting yours off. People like y'all are the reason why some people have trust issues in society. Y'all got to get the hell up out of here. This is why the people need to band up. And it starts by the simplest thing you do in your community. Does start that way. Sorry, it should be no reason that it should be accepted. Harming the youth, you gotta go. You harming people who are harmless themselves or can't even fend for themselves, don't even know where what's going on, you gotta go. And again, this is the problem again when people are not being not so much as nosy neighbors, but investigative neighbors. You think I ain't trying to find out if my neighbor got some crap going on or not? Nah, me make sure you good, homie. Because if I find out something I don't need to find out, that's gonna be a problem. I ain't gonna be in charge of my anything when it comes to that. My instinct is gonna tell me, nah, bro, you gotta go. Like right now. There is no nothing about it. You gotta go. God gonna have to forgive me later on for what I did, but you gotta go. Remember when I was doing something for kids in our building? I was being one of the chaperones for a trip that they went on. And we had a Mexican dude try to approach the two youngest ones. It took 5 people to stop me from getting ready to wail on that nigga because I already knew what it was. You're not gonna sit there and do that. Not in my hometown, nigga. We not doing that. Yeah, Phil, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got some real sick, twisted individuals. This is what we got in society, outrageousness. And I mean that. I'm kind of triggered again because that's not something we should be hearing. That's not something we should keep hearing. Link is in the chat in case anybody want to chime in on the topic. I'm saying that we got to come to something. We got to come to a resolution. Because what's more important, safety and the protection of these kids, or the safety and protection of just ourselves? It's crazy, man. We done hit a stool now where we can't see what's right and wrong. Nah, that's not kosher. That's not kosher that a kid should have to worry about getting harmed on any level. It definitely ain't something to be happy about when you got to worry about the people that you're supposed to be entrusting taking care of your family members that's supposed to be in a vegetative state. That's crazy again. Oh, my bad, y'all. Trying to catch myself for real. But I'm sorry, that don't sit right with me at all. That's crazy. And honestly, that needs to happen. If you out here causing that type of pain and that type of harm to kids, if you don't get caught by the law of the land, you need to extreme measures. I don't care if you say it's not a violent crime. It is a violent crime, in my opinion. You're doing something and you trying to force somebody into something they ain't comfortable with. Sorry, that's not fair game at all. You not giving the person the option to live, grow, and be natural on things. Damn shame again. It's a shame what the hell society has really come to. I don't care what anybody got to say about me, how they feel about me. What I feel and what I'm saying about these topics is real. You can't knock that neither. I'm passionate about what the hell I believe in. I believe no kid should ever have to worry about being harmed, not by their own, and not by random strangers neither. I don't believe people in the vegetative state should have to worry about people doing whatever God knows what to them. Telling you, a lot of these establishments, y'all need to start doing real psych evaluations to make sure you got a proper person working in your establishment. And even if they think to pass that, guess what? You better be mindful. If somebody look like they out of whack, you better trust your gut instinct. Because 9 out of 10 is going to serve you right. It's crazy, man. Again, not nobody going to be really outraged because, again, it ain't happened to them. It ain't happened to their family. But that should be a sickening notion that guess what? Somebody can get hold to your family like that. Everything from schools. That's another thing. Schools, again, start getting more involved. Better make sure that janitor is who they say they are. You better make sure that principal, that dean, anybody in that staff is who they say they are. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to do so. That's crazy again. That this is allowed to happen. And again, the kids are the ones suffering. Carlos, what's going on, my guy? It's crazy, man. We need to start really seeing what the hell is going on in our communities, and we're gonna have to fight back, man. And if they already done got caught by the justice system, then guess what? The justice system need to make it they damn fight to make sure these people don't see the light of day again. Don't care if it's not a violent crime. That's a crime that's going to mess with somebody's sight forever. Some people are never going to get right again from going through these sexual attacks. Some of these people are not going to be right from the abuse that they have taken. Physical abuse, verbal abuse, they're not psychological abuse. They're not going to be right. It's crazy, man. Again, these kids got to suffer for what? Because nobody want to hold these people that need to be held accountable. Really is a sad world we living in today, man. At some point, the people will get it together. The right people will definitely be on it. They gonna still be on it. They gonna voice their opinion on it for real. Again, I believe in protection at all costs. Even when it comes down to your kids and anybody else's kids. Protection first. Safety first. And look at the stories that we got with people who held that in for so long. When they finally got to their attackers, look what happened. They end up killing them. If they ain't end up killing them, they ended up raging out on them. Or they end up really going through a psych moment where they end up harming themselves. I would say a lot of you parents, again, start paying attention to your kids' movements, their behaviors, everything. If something seem off, you better find out what's going on. Even if they don't want to tell you. You better make sure that they are safe enough to tell you anything. Sorry, because this is becoming a travesty. Some of them have talents that they know for a fact they could have been making an impact on any part of the market. But because they stuck in that traumatic moment, they ain't getting out of it. Some of them are relying on the drugs to cope with the pain they going through. That ain't the way somebody should feel. That ain't the way nobody should live at all. Everybody's supposed to be able to live comfortably. Shouldn't have to worry about these type of attacks going on the daily, and nobody's caring about it. I'm sorry, but this has become too much. And at some point again, when do the numbers come into play? That's going to be the question I ask. When do the emotions come in play? I hear you, bro. I'm gonna definitely look into that too, definitely. But again, I've always felt that's the worst thing when you got grown men and women that are being a part of these attacks on these kids. They need to be held accountable to the fullest extent. There is no trying to justify anything. There's no making excuses for them. You are still an adult at the end of the day, and you know what the hell you're doing. And if you're gonna continue to move that way and the people are seeing it, now you gotta go. And again, nobody should have to. First of all, that shouldn't have happened in the first place. No child shouldn't have been getting pregnant, nor having no kids while they still young. A baby having a baby, come on now. So I'm saying, you taking away not just their innocence, you taking away mental growth. And you gotta ask yourself, what the hell does a kid do for you that anybody else can't do for you as far as an adult? Where does your mindset set at? There are some people who could break the cycle, even if they've been in households where this is a normal activity. But you have to stand up on it. When you know it's wrong, you shouldn't be a part of it. And you need to voice your opinion and say something before it gets to a point where you're the adult and you're doing the same thing that was being done to you. This is where you get some of these situations happening. Because the things that was happening to them in their household, they took it and they went with it. This is what was being taught to them, force fed on them. That's not right. Being force fed, you know, the message that this is what can happen. This is what you should do if you want to do this. You want to release this. This is how you do it. No. Again, it's sad and it's sickening, man. Another thing that's getting outrageous, I did want to say this before I get up out of here tonight, too. So I ain't going to hold y'all all night. Again, you young fellas and you young sisters out there, especially the ones that are in the dating field. You are supposed to make sure that if you are dealing with somebody, again, you are dealing with the person that compliments you the best. That person is going to be there for you truly, and you got to do the same thing back. But I feel like this too. There's certain things that should never happen in a relationship. Violence is one of them. Domestic violence on any accord, whether it's verbal, physical, psychological, shouldn't happen. That's a whole fact, man. But see, people like that, they end up suffering one way or another. I've always believed that karma does come back to them and it bites them. If not here in that quote unquote afterlife. That man is watching everything that does happen, regardless to what. So yeah, a lot of y'all gonna suffer your fates one way or another. Because when it's to that point of you harming a kid and you know better, nah, they ain't gonna sit right with nobody, not even that man upstairs. Not gonna sit right at all. Don't make no sense. I had a situation last night while I was at work. This girl was basically, I didn't even want to hear the conversation either. But the distraughtness tells me you either A, had some sort of a physical confrontation with your boyfriend, or y'all had a verbal argument that almost got physical. Fellas, I'm going to say this again. We know we are physically stronger than the women. We ain't supposed to be lifting our hands up to them. The only time any hand should be lifted up is if we are defending ourselves or we are trying to make sure our lives are not in mortal danger. Don't get emotional. Even if it's a situation where you're dealing with somebody who's, excuse my language, a piece of shit. And that's on both angles. There's no need to get physical. There's no need to make an outrage about anything. There's no need to cause a scene. The best thing to do a lot of times if you feeling certain things, just walk away. If you feel like your spouse is cheating, and if you even getting wind and even you got some sort of form that they're cheating, then you can walk away from it. It's just as simple as that. Walk away. Because there ain't no love that great that's going to have you staying with somebody. You being used and abused? Nah. That's not the way a relationship works. I'm supposed to give you my all like you supposed to give me your all. It shouldn't be I'm giving you more than you giving me. Or vice versa. You giving me more than I'm giving you. And again, this is where a lot of y'all get it confused. You better make sure that the person you are dealing with is gonna have your side. They're gonna be with you on this fight. Whatever it is, whatever fight you fighting, they gotta be with you. Y'all decided y'all gonna really come together, make a family and everything else. Y'all both gotta be right for each other and right for your family. You can't just go out on the whim. One thing again that causes a lot of friction in these relationships I see is damaging lies or just a lot of outside negative interference. If you are with somebody and you trust them, that's what you're supposed to do. Trust them. If you say you in the long haul for everything, then prepare for everything that's coming your way. Mo, what's going on, baby? Saying like it. Oh, what you don't know about this, that, and the third. I could tell you that because again, for those who might have been prevalent, I just recently saw this guy out of a 16-year relationship. So I would know the ins and outs of a good relationship. And just because we ended the relationship don't mean it was on a bad time. I'm sorry, but again, you young fellas and you young ladies just got to get it together. If somebody is not putting you in the best light, if they not raising you like you raising them, y'all don't need to be together because it's only going to be arguments, headaches, and at some point it will get toxic. And again, if you're supposed to be quote unquote moving on and loving somebody, then it shouldn't be toxic at all. You should be able to come to each other and talk to each other. That's another thing again, communication. If it's something you might want to do, she might not want to do, y'all gotta still sit at the table and talk about it. And if not, then you find something else that y'all can do together. But the one thing that's a problem too is some of these relationships that I've noticed. A lot of y'all again, even when you having your little down moments or you having your little disagreements, instead of just keeping it amongst whatever, you telling everybody and their mama. That's what's up, Phil. And that's a blessing right there. That really is a blessing right there. Again, you got people who have been together, whether they common law married, actually married, or even if they didn't get married, that are still together strong. A lot of times, again, it's about communication. It's about commitment. It's also about compromise. All right, I might have to compromise this a little bit, or I might have to sacrifice this. Okay, as long as I'm happy, as long as she's happy, I'm happy. I don't care about nothing. Not every relationship or marriage is going to be perfect. But if you working on that basis of trying to make it as such, then you're gonna encounter a lot. You are. But your main thing again is try to be as strong as you possibly can be. You're gonna have people who are jealous because you're still with a person. They want that person so badly, or they might want you. You gotta be mindful of that. You're gonna have temptation around every door. You're gonna have some people that want what you got. You have to be mindful of that. If I know this is exactly what I want, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I want. That's up to you to choose if you accept it or not. Again, people want to have their own standards about what they want, what they don't want. But my whole thing again is beggars can't be choosers. If you saying you looking for love and you looking for honesty and compassion and all that, okay. Well, you gotta trust the process. Because it might be somebody you least expect that be that person that holds you down for life. You never know. Again, communication is always going to be the key. So again, you youngins, and even some of y'all young adults, get it together. There's just some things you're not going to be able to do. And I've always felt like this too. If you are not willing to be in a committed relationship, if you feel the minute you get into it, the first thing you're going to do is start cheating, you don't need to be in a relationship. You need to just stay single and mingling. And there ain't nothing wrong with that if that's the way you choose to be right now, because again, you can't play with people's hearts. And that's another thing. You men and you women a lot of times are playing with each other's hearts. Time to stop pulling on them drawstrings. Sorry. It is time for that to stop. If I love you for you, accept it. No matter who I am, accept it. If you claiming this is a person you want to be with, prime example, accept me for who I am. If you can't, then find somebody that fits your whatever. That's what I'm saying. A lot of times you're gonna have to keep it real. Bring to the forefront what you want and what you don't want. Prime example, if you just looking for a friend with benefits, let it be known that's what you're looking for. You looking for just a straight cutty buddy, no strings attached, let it be known that's what you're looking for. You looking for either casual dating, a relationship, or possibly more than that in the future, let it be known this is what you want. And again, you can't force people to be with you neither or stay with you. If it's not going to flow naturally and organically, it's not going to work. Not going to work at all. A person's heart, a spirit, even a soul got to be into that person if this is what's going to be. Again, you could love somebody, but if you're not happy with them, it's not going to work the way you think it's going to work. Because love and happiness, again, they come together. I'm tired of seeing a lot of y'all youngins and a lot of y'all young adults too. Y'all having these domestic disputes and about what? And then especially y'all who got kids. This is not the way your kids should be brought up. A lot of times, some of y'all just gotta see what it is. If it don't sit right, it ain't gonna be right. You can't tell me that you love me, right? But then you would hurt me by doing anything as far as cheating. You just not being open and honest with me about anything. You keeping stuff from me. That's not loving somebody. In my opinion, that's resenting somebody because you're not being real. And again, if you ain't happy, just tell the person you ain't happy. One thing I'm gonna say too is again, you can't be around somebody or be with people that are gonna be jealous. Because guess what? You're gonna have people who are just that good with people. Some relationships I've seen go to bad because either one or the other is insecure about their significant other. You mad because this person probably got more friends or probably is more of a pillar to a degree, and you thinking things otherwise. Again, if a person is not giving you any reason or any sort of indentation of cheating or doing you foul, leave it be. Don't let your insecurities, don't let your thought process mess up something good. Look how many men and women have messed themselves up. I messed up thinking this person was cheating on me, they wasn't. I messed up by just doing this person wrong the whole time and they was doing nothing but right by me. But again, I'm staying this before I get up out of here again tonight. Um, Again, that violence part of a relationship should never be into any part of a relationship. Y'all gonna be violent. Y'all might as well be fighting together for something right. Don't be fighting each other. Because again, most of these states ain't playing no more. Don't matter who started it. You're both going to jail. You're both going to be sitting in the damn county for a couple days because of that. Or you could end up getting a reappearance ticket. Who want to go through all of that? And then now with these DVs, guess what? State can fuck around and the state can mess around and still press charges on your ass. Whether you believe that or not. They can still take that if they want to. Even if that person said, nah, ain't good, nah. Once they get a hold of it, that's it. In any good relationship, communication is always going to have to be the key. And being truthful to yourself and also being truthful to your significant other, that's going to have to work too. It's time to start rebuilding that united front. A relationship, a marriage, anything along those lines, it should be a happy experience. Yeah, you're going to have your little ups and downs, but it should mostly be a happy experience. It should be a thrilling experience because you're sharing a part of your life with somebody. Whether you look at it that way or not, you are sharing a part of your life with somebody. And if a person can't accept that, then that's not going to be any type of goodness coming. Sorry, it's just not. And I'm a little bit outraged again because, I didn't see nothing physical. Like she looked like she got into anything, but she was very distraught. And again, to a point where I can hear your conversation 2 blocks down. And I got my music playing. Like, come on. It should never be that way. Young men and women, again, y'all got to stop playing with each other's hearts. Men, if you know you ain't in it for the long haul, you better let that girl know off the rip so she can make that decision if she's still going to mess with you or not. And vice versa. You fellas, you better start making sure that woman is for you and not for the streets. Sorry, but that is the craziest thing in the world to think that this is what's supposed to be the norm right now. Again, it should be no physical violence when it comes to a strong relationship. Should be no verbal violence, none of that. And if you feel you're not going to be in it for the long haul again, then it's a waste of time pursuing a relationship with anybody. Sorry, but it has to stop now. I'm tired of seeing my young fellas, and I'm tired of seeing y'all going through these systems because, again, y'all allowing your emotions to get the best of you. If a woman is pushing you to that limit, fellas, you just need to leave. Same thing with you ladies. You feel you're being pushed to a certain limit, it's time to leave. Why keep enduring that pain? Love should not have to deal with any type of pain. Love is supposed to be what it is, a strong, grand feeling. It's hard to find love in the world, but if you think you found it, you better find a way to keep it and keep it the organic way. Again, the best way to keep it organic is communication. Some of y'all be crying and moping. Oh man, I'm gonna say this out here today because this is stuff we see sometimes too. Some of y'all come on here and expose your sexual business. Oh, he ain't performing. Oh, she ain't doing this. That's not everybody's damn business. If you and this person is having problems, even when it come down to your sexual things, y'all better figure that out on your own. That's not for everybody to be in your business. You're setting the wrong type of tone and example. And again, no woman or no man should ever put their significant other out there in the hot seat like that. Sorry. It's not the way to do it, especially on the internet. Some of y'all quick to even go on here. Oh, they this, that, and the third. That shouldn't, man, listen, that's between y'all. Fix it. Just some things, again, that you shouldn't place out here to the world. That's one of them. If y'all both having problems, even along those lines, y'all need to find a way to fix it. And again, communication is the best way. Listen, I feel you lack doing this, or I feel like you stop doing this, and vice versa. If y'all sit down, communicate, and actually listen to each other, you can fix a lot of your problems. The world don't always got to be in your problems. Why? Because again, sometimes the world will throw a wrench right into something good. You listening to your homegirls, yeah, I seen her with this one, I seen her with this one, and it ain't even that what's going on. You gonna mess yourself up. How many stories you done got? These people listening to their homeboys and listening to their homegirls about the people they dealing with. And it ain't even true. That was just a ploy to break something good up. Sorry, y'all, but it is time to start opening your minds again. I don't want to see no more stories like that because, again, it is troubling. It's troubling again because, again, look what you putting yourselves through for quote unquote love and affection. If a person really loves you to death, they gonna show it. They ain't just gonna tell you that, they gonna show you that. If they really want you a part of their life, they're gonna show you that. You just gotta be aware of the signs when it's given. And again, if you got something good, don't mess it up because of a win. No doubt, bro. You already know, appreciate you, man. And definitely have a good one tomorrow, bro. Don't worry, them 25 hours gonna be up, my guy. But if I ain't say nothing tonight that resonated, I guess I'll have to say it again in a different language. Because I'm sorry, it got to get better before it get worse. You love yourself enough to know what you want. There's nothing that can stop you from true happiness and true peace in your life. Again, if you got something grand and good, stick to it. Don't let nobody dictate what your love is. Don't let no. That's the thing I've always preached, and I'm still preaching. Let nobody dictate anything on how you feeling or how you moving. If you know you've been moving your way forever, and again you ain't ruffle no feathers, you ain't do nothing crazy, why change up who you are? If you know you've been moving this way forever, hey, continue to move the way you've been moving. Somebody gonna try to tell you you're not being yourself when you know you're being yourself. Why do you listen to it? In my opinion, that's a form of somebody trying to change who you really are. Nonetheless, though, again, that link is pinned in case anybody want to chime in. But I feel what I said tonight ain't far off, and there might be a part two to this definitely. Because we're gonna definitely talk about some more outrages that's going on in the community. The outrageousness is that again, nobody's banding up for the right things. We banding up for everything negative. We banding up for destroying things. We banding up for talking about people. We banding up for even causing separation. But we ain't banding together to try to bring back community that we need back. Something that people should think about for tonight. Again, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Good conversation as always. And for those who might just be tuning in, y'all can always catch the replay. Like I said, as long as the message got out tonight, I'm happy. And hopefully somebody that does come across this will take this, at least this last part of live, into consideration. Love is supposed to be a happy, thrilling moment in your life. Sharing your world with somebody, possibly about to create a family together, trying to grow old and die together. That should be the main focus if that's what you're doing. You want love, you want peace, you want soul happiness. Guess what? You're gonna have to do so. If you're happy with what you got, keep it. You're gonna have to fight to keep it too. The minute you start straying away, the minute you start giving doubts on what's going on, you'll get this. Again, you young men, stop putting your hands on these women. Stop getting aggressive with these women. Ladies, you too. Stop getting aggressive with the men. Stop lifting your hands up. Stop doing things. Stop trying to get people hurt. Remember, words are powerful. And if you getting people in the uproar for all the wrong reasons and you ain't being real, guess what? It backfires. You're gonna be the one taking that bullet. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna do a part two of this definitely this week. And again, the panel will be open for anybody. Don't worry. We always gonna have good conversations, whether it's a panel full or not. But again, it's always a blessing talking with the people. And y'all already know. Don't worry, you definitely getting that morning safe. All in all, appreciate you all for tuning in. And hopefully y'all enjoy your evenings. I'll see some of y'all running around these streets. Y'all already know what it is. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. Part two of this definitely coming this week. And y'all already know what it is. See y'all later on in the morning for that safe. Y'all enjoy y'all evenings though. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.